YouTube? It is your boy GZTV. We're back with another video. Sorry, my camera is super foggy. I need to clean it. I have a cleaner in my closet. I'm gonna clean it eventually, but you're gonna have to deal with this now. I don't know what's going on with my camera, to be honest with you, but we're here to talk NBA. It's Sunday, March 16th, and now obviously I was a little more focused on other things like all the conference championships for college, the selection show. Shout out to SIUE for making the 16th seed. But there was still some really good basketball tonight, so I need to talk about it. And obviously, I just got done watching Playboi Carti's set at Rolling Loud, which was awesome. But we had the 76ers Mavs game. We have Magic Cavs to talk about. Hawks and Nets made for good basketball, and so did the Raptors and the Blazers. So let's just kind of get into it, starting with the 76ers and the Mavericks. Quentin Grimes scores 28 as the Sixers beat the Mavs by 5 in a matchup of injury-depleted teams. Two teams in their different conferences that are kind of in similar spots, though, in terms of injuries and all that stuff. Yeah, man, shout out to Quentin Grimes. Great scoring night. First game against his former team, showing them what they're missing out on, obviously. And they get the win. Shout out to the Mavs. Or shout out to the Sixers. They obviously don't need the win. I think they should really just start tanking. But any win's kind of cool for their franchise. But, obviously P.J. Washington made it a little tough. He's been coming back and getting in the swing of things with the Mavs. Really good basketball game. Quentin Grimes making tough shot after tough shot all game long. He was doing really good offensively, getting through defense and finishing. But you look at the Sixers, man. Yeah, 28 points for Quentin Grimes. They're obviously pretty much resting everyone for the year, like Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. He's hurt for the year, but Paul George isn't going to be playing. Yeah, Ricky Council had 13 points, 10 rebounds. He shot 33% from 3, 50% from the field. So there's that. You look at the Mavs, you get a 29-point, 12-rebound performance for P.J. Washington. He's a really good third option in the NBA. I'm telling you guys. 21 points for Najee Marshall. You get a 21-point performance for Klay Thompson. He's actually been playing good with the absence of Kyrie and AD, shooting 60%. Obviously, Kessler Edwards being in the starting lineup just attests to them not being very deep now. They have Spencer Dinwiddie and Max Christie as very strong options coming off the bench. Really good guard play coming off the bench, but Kessler Edwards is just not a great starter in the NBA. I don't think he deserves to be a starter in the NBA. I'm not trying to hate on anyone, really. I'm not the type of guy to do that, but there you have it. Magic Cavs, obviously, what we're all here for. The Cavs streak is over. Magic and the Cavaliers winning streak at 16 games. At least they got a chance to actually break the franchise record and not get cut short on that. Paolo Banchero scores 24 points, and the Magic win by 5. Obviously, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner scoring at a pretty high level, and they get the stunning win. And this is a huge win for the Magic, and hopefully it's a momentum changer for them because they've been struggling recently. They were an above 500 team earlier in the season at some point, believe it or not, and now they're 5 games under even with this win. Obviously, clutch down the stretch, timely stuff happening for the Magic for them to win the game. They had to go against Donovan Mitchell, who's always going to get in the lane and score. And, yeah, the Magic, so many momentous plays, playing on both sides of the ball. Guys like Franz Wagner, guys like Gary Harris, playing really well down the stretch. Caleb Houston hit some timely shots. Darius Garland was having fun with the crowd. He's a threat from the 3, obviously, being in the 3-point contest. But you look at the Magic, man, 24 points, 11 rebounds for Paolo Banchero. He didn't shoot the best, but if 20 points is 20 points to me, and in today's NBA. 22 points for Franz Wagner, and shout out to Wendell Carter Jr., 16 points, 14 rebounds. He shot 50% from 3. I was kind of having some complaints about his play recently, but he has definitely stepped it up, and that's really what helped them win this game. You look at the Cavaliers, 20 points and 12 rebounds for Jared Allen. Man, I am not used to seeing this team lose. You get a 23-point performance for Donovan Mitchell, which granted, he didn't shoot the ball well. But I'm more so looking at a guy like DeAndre Hunter not having a good shooting night. Now, Ty Jerome, as his former Virginia teammate, kind of came off the bench and tried to clean up the scraps a little bit. But DeAndre Hunter, if he's playing a little better, they win this game. So that's just how good this fucking team is. They weren't even really playing that phenomenal, shooting 25% from 3 and 42% from the field. And they still were within 5. And again, I think DeAndre Hunter definitely could have played a better basketball game. But there you go. Hawks and Nets. Not a game the Hawks want to lose, but it just happens to be so. Nets continue their home dominance against the Hawks. They win by 8. Shout out to Keon Johnson and Cam Johnson, the Johnson boys, getting it done for the Nets. Big scoring nights. Zachary Risache being a rookie, getting up for some oops. He's going to be an early lob threat. He's a young guy for the Hawks. And by the way, I want to announce that I'm probably going to the SIUE March Madness game, and I might videotape some stuff. So catch me over there on the channel. Click the noti bell, all that stuff. Dyson Daniels getting to the rim. I mean, he's not just a defensive player. Like, we know him as one of the best on-ball defenders, one of the best perimeter guys in the league. But he can use his length on offense as well. Great game, though. Trendon Wofford being really athletic, and like Keon Johnson. There's a lot of young guys they're trying to develop over there in Brooklyn. It's fun. Onyeka Okongwu, monster game, 21 points, 15 rebounds. He shot 50% from three. The dude can shoot threes. That's dangerous. Really good game for Trae Young. I mean, 28 points, 12 assists, 60% from three, 50% overall. They just weren't able to get it done. They're still trying to figure out this Goye guy, Muhammad Goye. He's not the greatest. I mean, they have Georges Niang, Terrence Mann, Vic Krejci to kind of make up for the scoring coming off the bench, and they played those guys a lot more. They saw Muhammad Goye not playing the best. I think obviously Clint Capella being hurt can always be a factor for this Hawks team because he's a very good big man. But there you have it. You look at the Nets, you get 28 points for Cam Johnson, who shot 50% from three, and 22 points for Keon Johnson. So those two playing really well. Shout out to him for getting the W. Moving on to the Raptors and the Trailblazers. Again, two teams that are kind of out of it, but we got to talk about it. I mean, the Trailblazers are kind of in it, and this is obviously a huge win to help their case, but Anthony Simons scores 22. Toumani Camara adds 21. The Blazers hit 18 three-pointers, which is insane. That's 54 of their 105 points on threes. They beat the Raptors by 3. Huge fourth quarter for Anthony Simons. Kind of had a slow start, but ended up turning it into a really good scoring performance. And again, shout out to Toumani Camara for having a breakout scoring game. That's huge. The Trailblazers were down by 16 points at one point in the game. They came back and won. They snapped a 5-game losing streak. Like, literally at a point, they were 6 games under 500, and then they went on to lose 5 in a row, which sucks for them because that might ultimately prevent them from making a play-in push. They're still right there with like the Suns and the Mavs are going to go downhill with Kyrie and AD, but they're going to have to battle with the Suns and win some big games down the stretch. And helping them with that is Denny Avdia, just using his length, getting to the rim, tough finishes, and Donovan Clingan playing really good at the rim defense. That's what they drafted him for. Good basketball game. And Matisse Thybulle, a long-time great defender, using his defense here. I love seeing him getting playing time still in the NBA. And Anthony Simons just being an offensive threat. If those things are coming together, you're gonna win games, really. Obviously, you're playing against a terrible Raptors team, and the Raptors played like trash, especially the fact they have like a guy like Jamison Battle in the starting lineup. Like, their bench is okay, like AJ Lawson, Orlando Robinson, guys like that can kind of get it done, but don't really know. Colin Castleton got some playing time. That's pretty fun. You look at the Blazers, 21 points for Toumani Camara. He shot 50% overall. Insane performance for him. And then you get 22 points out of Anthony Simons, who shot 50% from three. So just kind of a sneak peek preview into what we have for tomorrow's games. Pacers are playing the Timberwolves. Pacers have had a really tough schedule recently, and especially because the Timberwolves are such a hot team in the league right now. That'll be a tough game for them. Obviously, the Nuggets are playing the Warriors on ESPN. Really good ESPN game there. Who else we got? I mean, the Grizzlies are playing the Kings. I think that could be a fun game. That's really about it. So, yeah, I'm out, guys. I'm continuing to work on my cardio video. I should have that out by tomorrow night, honestly, because I have less than like 7 minutes on part 1. By the way, I'm doing 2 parts because it's a big-ass album. It's almost like an hour, 20 minutes, so I decided to split them up, 15 songs, and we're just going to make 2 different videos out of it. So, with that being said, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all the support. I'm about to get like 6 hours of sleep tonight because I had to stay up for the Cardi shit, and then also I got to talk to you guys. Basketball season is in full swing, and if you guys want, I probably will do a recap on the March Madness stuff. If you want that, let me know. That sounds like something I'd love to do because it's a really good tournament. So, big sorting event.